Hello folks, this is Dragon Keeper 96600, and I got a question for you. Are you ready for the Invader ZIM movie Enter the Florpus? Well, that's too bad because it's not out yet. And judging by some intel I got from Amazon.com, it looks like it actually won't be out until April of next year, which kind of sucks because it means we have a long time to wait. But on the other hand, it means that they're actually like taking this really seriously and like putting like all the time it needs into it, because I think we were told, at least I recall being told, maybe I made it up, that we would get the movie by the end of this year, but it seems it's been delayed till next year, which I actually find encouraging because that means like they're putting extra time and they're like really polishing it, which is what I want. Like, Breath of the Wild was delayed, as you recall. There's sometimes something being delayed is a good sign, and sometimes it's not, but I'm going to choose to be positive this time. So, to tide us over, in the meantime, we're going to play the Invader ZIM Doom game, which actually just dropped on the Nickelodeon Australian site a few days ago, I think. And you can already tell it's gorgeous. Look at Zim over here and his broken ass neck that isn't it's just bobbing up and down on his model. Also, he's got 4 fingers on each hand instead of 3. So just this graphic, I think, tells you what you should expect. Gur's little light on his chest is out. Let's play it! I'm not here to just pick apart the character design. So, this game is basically what you'd expect from, I guess, an internet Nickelodeon licensed game. It has no replay value, and while it is kind of cool that you have, like, missions and stuff to do, and it isn't just like a, like Tetris with an Invader ZIM skin on it. The frank fact is that such a game would probably, you'd be able to spend more time playing it than this game, which you basically just play once and you're like, well, that's done. So I played this game for the first time last night, and I'm pretty sure I already know all the secrets, because it's pretty basic. But look how complicated this is. Like, Zim has a whole class of things that he can avoid and attack, and different mechanics he has, which is different from what Gur has to do. Like, Zim has to avoid food, whereas Gur has to get food. And some of the hazards are the same, but others are things that only Zim is weak to. And if you don't know the show, first of all, I'm not sure why you would click on this game if you don't know the show, but if you don't know the show, you would have a pretty hard time keeping track of what Zim can't touch and what Gur can. But anyway, this game is also... Hi, Dib. Bye, Dib. Okay, this game is also, like, not very intuitive. Like, you kind of have to figure out what the game wants you to do, even though you have a goals list here. It kind of took me some playing around to actually figure out that Gur has his own separate goals list here, apart from Zim's. So what Zim has to do is find 5 spy cameras that Dib put in the base, I guess. Human disguise, activate the Voot Cruiser, find the plans. Gur has to do stupid shit. Find TV remote, piggies, food, and the disguise. So that's that. So we have to do all that without dying. So first thing I should do is... Oh, one thing I do like about this game, though, is that Mini Moose is the tutorial. How cool is that? So is this the first time that Mini Moose has, like, had actual dialogue that we can understand? Is this canon, folks? I like to think that it's canon. Okay, go away, Moose. So let's... Gotta find my disguise. Dib went this way, so I'm gonna follow Dib. We don't see Dib again for the rest of this game, which is bullshit. Please load. There we go. Okay, so another thing... No! Go back. So another thing about this game is that Zim's attack, when you press spacebar and he goes... That. Puck, puck, puck. It's kind of hard to aim because, like, the sprites are weird. So you just... Whoop! Yeah, I took damage there. So you just kind of have to hope. You have to, like, inch closer and hope that it works. But I hate that, like, if I try to do it here, I'm not gonna be able to. So I have to, like, actually, like, stand in his path. And then if I press it, that was too soon, so I got hit. No! And I died. So the attack is hard to use. Yeah, I know, I suck. Play it again. So one thing you've also noticed if you listen to the audio track, when I started the game over, it started playing the audio from the opening screen as well as the audio over the level. So those 2 audio tracks are just dueling now. And it's making a horrible noise. Listen, wait, I want you to listen to the score. It's beautiful.
Are you mad?
I'm getting a little mad, Zim. I'll be honest here. Okay. So I can't get to the camera because it's covered in tacos, which Zim cannot touch. Let me just get this stuff here. So one thing that's a little annoying about Gur is that you probably spotted out in the tutorial, but he has limited battery life, which is not a thing from the show. It's something they made up from this game. And it's a mechanic they made up from this game that has no purpose, because it basically means you just can't keep playing with Gur. You have limited time, which seems like it could be a cool mechanic. But since Zim, I don't think, can take damage when he's idle, or like it's very easy to avoid enemies. So there's no real danger to being forced to play as Zim once you clear the obstacles. So Zim has just to sit there and wait for Gur to recharge, and there's no other point to it. And it's just tedious. More taco. Also, Gur can't pick up the camera for some reason. He's perfectly capable of it. I guess he's just too stupid, which would make him not perfectly capable, of course. So another thing that I do kind of like about this game, and it's the thing that made me think that this was just made by like a third party with no input from the crew of the show, which it was, is that everything in this game is an asset or a reference from the show. So there isn't a single thing in this game that hasn't appeared on the show at some point. Yeah, I don't know where Dib went. There's nowhere else in this house for him to go. That audio track is beautiful. So, like, it is kind of a cool, like, spot the cameo exercise for fans. Especially fans who are as starved for official content as Invader ZIM fans. But this game was made by a company, they credit themselves, if you finish the game, called Art of Play, which is a gaming company based in Melbourne, which explains why this game is only available on the Australian Nickelodeon site. And not on the American side. What hurt me? Oh, the taco. God damn, I have to do all that again.
I have to clear the earth for Earth's in control.
Okay, we're gonna pause. I'm gonna come back once I've reached that point again. Okay, we're back. So, what I was saying about Art of Play is that they're a company based in Australia that makes games for mobile devices and internet. And while they claim that they made original games, their main MO seems to be making licensed games specifically for Nickelodeon. So on their website, they've got like a list of like all these Nickelodeon tie-in games for their website they've made. Like for Loud House and Sanjay and Craig and SpongeBob and stuff like that. So, like, nobody who works on the show had any input in this game, and if you notice, this game is only going by canon in the show. Like, it's not... Dib had the character model he has in the show, and ignoring the comic, and nothing appears in the comic, so... You can kind of tell when something is official, but not made by any actual creative minds on the show, because it doesn't have any original content in it. It's just purely, like... Remember that from that episode? But, like, whatever. Oh, I need that heart. I don't know why the health item is a heart. Urkins don't have hearts. They have squiddly smooches, not hearts. This game sucks.
Very good.
So, one thing that did interest me, though, even though nobody who works on the show seemed to work on this game, is that, some of these sound clips from Zim, I don't recognize. So I'm thinking, like, maybe there are just sound clips that they have of Richard Horvitz, because Richard Horvitz is not credited for this game. Which... God, listen to that dueling score. I think there's like a separate Under the Bass theme also that is playing on top of the main menu theme, which is playing on top of the house theme. So we have 3 tracks dueling for attention right now. Listen to that. Maybe just 2 themes. But that is a mess that you're listening to right now. That is a musical mess. Hey! Poke, 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 poke. Alright. It's beautiful! I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, Richard Horvitz. So what I'm thinking is they probably have a library of like voice clips, like exclusively for games. Because I don't recognize this stuff in the show, and I'm positive they didn't bring Richard in just to record more dialogue for this game. So they probably made videos and games in the past and they just reused the audio they had. Okay, so I gotta eat this, so... Oh! You didn't see Gur fall asleep before. Look, he's kicking his little legs. So cute.
Computer!
I'm pretty sure that says off in Irken. I never learned how to spell Irken. Okay, another problem with this game is that it's possible, in fact, quite easy, because I just did it, to get rid of obstacles before you actually encounter the obstacles. So I just got rid of the lasers in the main control room. I have not been in the main control room yet and have not seen the lasers on this playthrough. So it's easy to get there like, well, there's not a whole lot of obstacles because you already cleared them before you encounter them. That's just basic bad puzzle design. You're supposed to encounter the problem before you find the solution. Oh, the monkey. Is he gonna let me... But there's Gur's doggy disguise. Yeah! Did he damage me or was I too quick? I took damage from the squid guy earlier, so I think I'm safe. Can I have this? Yeah! Looking good, Gur! Now you're ready to sell that Hot Topic merc. I think Jonan himself made a tweet about people making Hot Topic jokes. Something about how they were dumb and lived in the past and we had to smack them. I don't know. Something along those lines. Oh, fuck. I hate this combat! It's not helping because I have all these recording apps going at once, so like, it's lagging a little bit. Hi, Nick. Didn't you blow up? Okay. So, if you haven't noticed, Zim is the one who's in the most danger of getting hurt. Which I guess makes sense, since Earth substances are so toxic to him, but like, it does seem kind of superfluous that Gur has a health bar that doesn't seem to matter, but he does have the battery bar. Balanced gameplay! Okay, he stopped. We can't use the space-time object placement device, I guess. Got rid of the gnomes in the front yard. Yet another obstacle that I got rid of before I encountered it. Because I don't have my disguise and I can't go outside to where the gnomes are. So, yeah, why can you turn that off before you get your disguise? And why would the gnomes hurt Zim anyway? They're his gnomes! And why does describing this show to someone who's never seen it sound like you're taking random pills? A lot of people blame Invader ZIM for the lull to random humor of the 2000s. I personally think Ed, Edd n Eddy is much more to blame for lull to random humor. Your village idiot has fallen into Rolf's hole. A celebration, I say! Did I say that in my commentary for Big Picture Show? I don't remember if I did. Kick him in the shin, Gur. Alright. Okay. Are you Zim? Now I can go outside. I like looking at the computer screen. It's the tallest. That's cool. Not really moving much, are they? They just put up like a still picture of themselves. Actually, doesn't that seem like something they would totally do? They don't want to talk to Zim, so they just put up a screensaver. And like, they just leave him with it for a couple hours and they come back, he's like, is he still talking to that screensaver of us? And then they look and it's like, oh yeah, he is. They don't love you, Zim. You need to move on. Also, I do like this, like, Zim's got this constant mad eye expression, which I guess is accurate to the art style, but when you like face him this direction, he's like, ah! Ah! It's like making a different expression which way he faces. I do appreciate that a little because like they didn't just flip a sprite, they actually have like a they actually have like a four-sided art for Zim's character model, but it looks really funny. Not like Gur, I'm pretty sure they just flipped Gur's thing. But that's alright. So, oh yeah, we can go outside now. So I'm gonna walk Gur ahead a little bit. He's just starting to smoke. I would love it if we ran out of battery, he just popped. The weird thing is, this game on Facebook, Art of Play claimed that this game would be live August 17th. It is not yet August 17th and the game is already up. And it's been up for a few days. Were they like done before they thought they'd be done? Or did the Australian Nickelodeon branch be like, you have to get it out now! Like, but what? But we haven't gotten the Gur exploding animation yet! Oh, fine. Yeah, so you hear how the background theme stopped when I was going up the elevator? So I think, like, there wasn't supposed to be a score there because it's between levels. But the score for the main menu didn't stop. So it was just like one track, and now it's 2 tracks again. Audio is broken. And now it started playing the audio of the outside theme while not stopping the theme for inside the house. Sound design, you fucks! Okay, I need this thing.
Yes!
Now I can use the space-time object replacement device, which they just called the portal. And apparently Zim takes a portal to school instead of just walking. I love Earth!
My mission must change. I'm very busy.
And then they played 2 clips for Zim. Okay, that's another not intuitive thing. When Zim, you probably noticed already, but when I've completed a goal, Zim will go, shout and go, success! Like, it's not any more clear than that. There isn't a thing that pops up on screen like, you've completed a goal, which would be on most games. Instead, it's just Zim yelling. I guess the goals are so simple that they just give you the benefit of the doubt. In some ways, this game design is, I guess, like, not in game style, but just in terms of how they don't tell you much once you start playing is evocative of how Nintendo used to run their games. It's like, you press this button to jump. What do you do that now you know how to jump? I don't fucking know. Do shit. And then you just have to stumble your way to World 8 to beat Bowser. Video games didn't hold... Like, JonTron and other Let's Players have gone on record complaining about this. Games don't hold your... Games are much more hand-holdy than they used to be. It's like, it's okay, we're gonna tell you exactly what to do here. You double jump, and then when you see a thing like this, you could throw your hat and don't be scared. Okay, taking the portal to school. That's Jonan Vasquez, series creator, voicing the computer. That's not his only voice acting credit. He also voices Minnie Moose. So that sound, that's him. He is a man of many talents, truly a renaissance man of the ages. I need that key. I love how there's just a key for the Root Runner. It's just a basic ignition key. Pretty sure that's not how it works in the show, but fuck it. I don't care. Okay, see what I'm talking about the battery thing being annoying? I'm not gonna get to the portal before Zim conks out, Gur conks out, so I just have to sit here and wait. There's no point in me moving from this spot since I'm not timed, so I just have to wait. Waiting is not a mechanic in games. Unless it's like, I don't know, growing berries and Pokemon, which is why my berries always just kind of die without me harvesting them. Do you hear that? Freemium game makers, waiting is not a game mechanic. I'm talking to you, Pocket Camp, and you too, Simpsons game that I don't remember the name of. Farmville.
Yes!
Okay, now I can drive the Root Runner. But before that... Hey kids. There's Billy. All the kids in the background of Invader ZIM in the classroom, they all have names. I used to know all their names back when the Scary Monkey website was still active. That thing, man, that had more information than the current Invader ZIM wiki. Oh, Gaz damages you? I didn't know that. I've never actually tried to run into Gaz before. I got damaged by running into Gaz. Oh god, I did it again. Oh fuck, it'd be really annoying if I died here. Just from touching Gaz. I didn't see Gaz in the list of obstacles in the opening. Why won't you hold my hand? Hey, Pee-Pee. I thought you exploded. Hey, Iggins. Didn't know you went to this school. And Gur's done. That's okay. I can go in and get that heart. Don't die, don't die, don't die! The hall pass. So, yeah, I do kind of appreciate, the cameos and references and stuff. It's sort of like the feeling you get when you go to, like, the Harry Potter parks at Universal Studios. That shit is detailed, man. There are details in those parks that are, like, book only. It's pretty fun. So, Gur got every taco. Now I need those plants. Move your fat ass!
I'm a genius!
So I think Zim has gotten all of his... Nope, I haven't activated the boot runner yet. Oh yeah, the TV remote. I don't know where that is. I found it last night and I still don't know where it is. It's just hard to spot, I guess. Pee-pee! Get the pizza! Is that all the pizza? Nope. It's saying success, but it's also saying that I have one slice of pizza unaccounted for. Which is it, game? Do you care about pizza or not? I'm getting mixed signals here. Children. Oh god, water. Oh god, why? M. Night Shyamalan, why? Yeah. You know how in M. Night, in the signs? Oh, that's nice. This room, I don't think has a point. It's just a fun cameo, I guess. The room with the moose! Room's bigger than I remember. Yeah, I've searched all over this room. There's nothing here. But anyway, you know how in M. Night Shyamalan's signs the aliens are burned by water? Well, that's in Invader ZIM too. Zim and other Urkin's skin, like, fries when it comes in contact with water. Like, their skin smokes and everything. But Invader ZIM came out before Signs, so it couldn't have been, like, making fun of Signs, which raises the horrible possibility that M. Night Shyamalan got the idea from Invader ZIM, which is truly troubling. Like, M, whatever your first name is, you have to understand, the show is a comedy, right? You understand that, right? And also, people trying to prove that they're normal by singing. Roll back water, keep on rolling, Mississippi. Yeah, that's not normal either. Stop ripping off Invader ZIM for the ideas of your drama, M. Night Shyamalan. I guess it's a few years late for me to be making these criticisms. Okay, so, oh hey, it saved my last high score. That's kind of cool. Cookies! So, this is actually a mini game. I thought I had to beat it. First time I played this, I thought I had to beat it to beat the game, but nope, it's just... And now we have the Voot Runner music playing over the main theme music. So these controls are really annoying. It's basic, you hold spacebar to make the Voot Runner go up. And like, those down there are like impossible to get. So if I try to go down, oh, I got him. I only did that to demonstrate how you can't do it, and then I did it. So it's just a mini game. How well you do here is no basis on whether you can finish the game. Shit! It's harder when it's lagging like this. But, yeah, it's basically just hold the spacebar to go up controls, which I hate. Because, like, there's a delay when it charges up, so you, like, always go half a second after I press the button, which I don't like. I like the instant, like when you're playing the flying levels in Kirby. I like the instant it does when you press the button. Don't need extra seconds added to my reaction time. Ah! Why am I collecting these insignias? Why am I doing this? Why are they just floating? Why is it suddenly nighttime? Bees! Get that clock. No! No! I suck. That's alright, though. Oh, fuck! Okay, so I'm gonna try it one more time. I don't want to spend too much time doing this. Watch out for the bees. Yeah, thanks, Mini Moose. No shit. Squeaky ass Joan and purple motherfucker. Mini Moose is the most, like, not a character in Invader ZIM. His only role seems to be... Zim made him to be a new sidekick, apparently. But his only roles after his introduction are floating and squeaking. And, like, he's one of those characters where, like, the audience can understand him, but everyone in the show can understand him. So, like, he'll just give one squeak, and the characters will accept that to be, like, a several paragraphs long speech. He's, like, a total joke character, which I guess is the joke. That he has Jonan created a cute character that just floats and squeaks and does nothing else. But, apparently he likes Orange is the New Black, because he watches it in the comic. So that's fun. Fuck! Okay, it's my last attempt. Did I beat my last high score? I did not. That's okay. All that's left to do now, now that I've finished sucking at the Voot Runner game, is to get the TV remote, which I do not remember where it is. I don't think it's at the school. I guess I have to check every room in this base again. I didn't get it till I'd gotten everything else last time, too. I'm gonna fall asleep in front of the tallest here. No! No! I already know I activated the Voot Runner, and I crashed it. Because I'm such a good pilot. I've been flying ships since before you were born, sad little Earth monkey. Time to double check every room in the fucking base for... Damn you, Squid Man! Oh god, this music. I guess I should say something about the show. I love it. I can't even nowadays, I can't say exactly why I still consider it my favorite cartoon. And possibly, along those lines, my favorite show ever. It might have something to do with nostalgia, but I think it's just more that the show is like, has such a unique aesthetic, and it was hugely influential in shaping my sense of humor. Like, even to this day, I still laugh at stupid words and shouting, which is definitely because of this show. I also like how, even though it seems like a really dark black comedy, and it is that, it's also got like this psychological complexity to its characters that I find really fascinating. And like, the show is good at keeping like an internal consistent canon with itself. So like, there are it slowly unfolds this consistent mythology about like Urkin biology and how society works and how Zim's brain works and the human characters as well. And like, Gur isn't just the dumb one. Like, he seems like that at first, but there's a lot more to him than that. He's actually a terrifying, tortured individual who possibly has a split personality, depending on how you interpret Ricky's comments. Ricky is Gur's voice actor, Ricky Simmons, on the subject. Apparently, Ricky said that there's like an inner tortured Gur that works perfectly and knows he's broken and wants to die. And even though it sounds like a joke, Gur hates his life and wants to die, if you watch the show, you can actually track, like, there's a repeated running gag, and it comes up in the comic too, where Gur, like, is destroyed or dies and he seems gleeful. Like in the bit where in Dib's Wonderful Life of Doom, I think, where like Zim tells Gur to self-destruct and Gur's response is, "Finally!" And something like that happens in the show too, where something is about to blow up and Gur gets squished against the side of something, and as he's being squished, he again shouts, "Finally!" Like, Gur wants to die. And, shit. That's like a silly example, but that is kind of what I'm talking. I don't know where the remote is! I'm talking about like the characters having more to them, and like the writers like having certain things in mind, and the series Bible when they're writing episodes, like Gur things like this, you know, and it's like very crucial having an internal canon. And also Invader ZIM has been highly influential to like a lot of stuff I love. Like, first of all, Avatar: The Last Airbender exists because Invader ZIM was canceled. Because I think Brian, whose last name I can't pronounce, Brian something, was a writer, I think, on the show. And since the show was canceled, he met up with his old college buddy Mike and created Avatar: The Last Airbender because he didn't have a job now and he was already familiar with Nickelodeon, so he was like, well, I'll make this other show. And that show was hugely successful and has a lot of Invader ZIM. Oh, there's the last pizza. And there's the remote! Yes! Now I just gotta convene the living room. And has a lot of Invader ZIM alumni on it. And they even reference Invader ZIM in one episode. I think it's when they're on the train. Oh, Zim's already in the living room. Convenient! And a guy sits down next to them with a cob of corn in his mouth. That is actually a visual reference to a line in Invader ZIM where Zim tells Dib that he's sick of his lies from his smelly mouth filled with corn. But also Invader Zim, in a less depressing side of having to trade one great show for another great show, Invader Zim has also influenced the writers of Portal. Apparently, folks at Valve who made Portal were huge Invader Zim fans, and that show influenced that game's black comedy. And also, Rebecca Sugar of Steven Universe fame is, as is well known among Steven Universe fans, a huge fan of Invader Zim. And even though Invader Zim and Steven Universe are on opposite sides of the idealistic spectrum, whereas Invader Zim is pessimistic and Steven Universe is optimistic, you can tell that a lot of the ideas of Invader Zim inspired ideas in Steven Universe, right up to Peridot being an outright XB of Zim. Basically, if Zim could live in an idealistic show and Earth was actually like a cool place, Zim would probably be Peridot. But it's not, and it's not.
That
so.
was easier than I thought it would be.
Right? Good job, guys. And good job to Art of Play to making a functional game, I guess? Even though the sound is broken. It's kind of cool to see the tallest, I guess. That opening starting menu theme did not stop playing the entire time I was playing this. So that's good. So I hope the tallest enjoyed this Let's Play, because what else were they watching if not this Let's Play? And I hope you guys enjoyed it too. So, hopefully I'll be able to keep talking about Invader Zim on this channel in the lead up to the movie, which will be rad as fuck, hopefully. I believe it will. I believe. But until then, this is Dragon Keeper 96600 signing off. Thank you so much.